Red Dirt Designs. Invest in yourself.
Hey, welcome back to the channel Red Dirt Designs. People have asked me in the past about what stencils to use when airbrushing and what's my favorite. So I decided to make the top 5 that I used in 2022. I'd say in the number 5 spot, this is probably one of the neatest effects, but probably one of my least favorite because it's not as universal as a lot of the other ones. But it definitely has a really neat effect, so that's why I made it the top 5 of this year. It's also new to me and I love it, and that's lace. It's not considered like a stencil necessarily, but it can be used as a stencil, just like I did on this mailbox. So I'll just do a quick demonstration of what this looks like. Just to make sure I can fit them all on here, I'm just going to do a little bit of each effect. I'm using 3M automotive masking tape. With lace, you want to make sure you pull it tight, otherwise your dry spray will get up underneath there and it'll cause it to not look good. It'll look cloudy instead of, it won't be near as clear to see the lace, so I always make sure I pull my lace tight. I'm just going to airbrush white over each of these templates because that way the contrast is really easy for you guys to see on video. I'm going to do white over black. Okay, I have white in my airbrush. I'm just going to go ahead and go over the lace. I'm trying to shoot straight down into it. Don't want to shoot at an angle. Okay, let's unmask it and show you what the effect looks like. There it is. There's the lace effect. Coming in number 4 are these texture stencils I absolutely love, and I got them at hammairstencils.com. You get it from Tommy Ham. He designed these stencils and they're excellent stencils. Can't say a bad thing about them. And I'll tell you what, if you're doing skulls and you need like some of that rougher hole textures that bone usually has, I've been able to do this. I've done a guitar. I'll show a picture of that guitar here. And I use this stencil right here where it looks like it's splattered out. I've used a lot of these for backgrounds, and I just absolutely love these stencils. I'll show you what you can do with them here in a minute too. This is probably one of my favorite ones in all those templates from Tommy. I use this on a guitar, so I'll show you real quick what this looks like. My third favorite stencil is actually, could almost be my number 1 or 2 because I do use these more often than any other stencil, and that's the Freehand stencil. These are just different shapes by Freehand. You can get these off Amazon, eBay, really anywhere. I get it at Hobby Lobby, I believe, even still. And I like the mini ones when I'm doing small detail work. You can do a lot with skulls, and I actually do realistic fire with these. I use this one the most when I'm doing realistic fire. They make true fire stencils, but this one I can actually achieve those sharp curves and some of those angles that you need for that. And there's tons of them by Freehand, and I mean, you will use these more than any other stencil, I promise you, when you want to get the right line, angle, curves, doing skulls, real fire, all that stuff is really great with these stencils. Okay, this is one of my old projects that I did. And I actually use freehand stencils all the time in this. Let me show you how I would use a stencil. When you're trying to get the little bit more of like a sharper line or a curve, you have all these different sizes in order to get it. Like if you want to get inside this eye socket here, you know, like you just keep building layers. You do different colors. You'll do yellow, red, orange, and that's how you make realistic fire. I'll show a picture of what you can do with these stencils. This was just a quick reference to show you how I kind of put that together. I'm not the best at true fire. I used to be a lot more practiced up on it when I was doing them on cars all the time, but actually I haven't done a true fire project in quite some time. I might have to do that where I actually practice for a little bit and show you guys what we can do. But actually this is all I've used. I've never used true fire templates, so that's another option. Alright, coming in number 2, almost to the number 1 spot, is the Airsick stencil. This is the grunge effect, one of their grunge effects. I'll have a link in the description for all these stencils in order so you can get your own. I love the quality of these stencils. They're made very heavy duty. They're very thick. This makes a really cool, like foresty, I don't know, like sticks and stuff in the background, like kind of a grungy look. I use this a lot in my backgrounds. Love them. That's why this landed in number 2 spot. Let me show you what you can do. Alright, let's see what it looks like unmasked. My number 1 pick, believe it or not, and I don't use these a whole lot, but I absolutely love the texture you can get with these stencils. And just look at how great it turned out on this customer's motorcycle. Love it. Alright, to finish this tutorial out, I'm going to use my favorite stencil, my number 1 pick. And I'm going to show you how I love to use this to bring pieces together. You can use this in multiple ways. I love using it on skulls. I love using it for galaxy stuff. You can do this on planets. It's so neat. Actually, let me show you a quick picture of one of the galaxies I did using this stencil. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and blend this project in using this stencil real lightly. You can even kind of put some hot spots in there. Alright, now I'm just going to put a glow around my logo here. Alright, when you're using candies, these are just candy concentrates. They're House of Color. I like to go light to dark, so I'm going to go with the yellow first, and then I'll go back over it with some green. It's going to look cloudy until we put clear over the top. Blend the green in. It's almost like a teal, and then it goes to darker green as it comes out. I love to blend them so they look more natural. On a customer's vehicle, I wouldn't do all these effects all together, but you could do like lace racing stripes. You could do texture around a skull on the hood. You could do realistic fire going down the side, or candy green and yellow fire. I've done blue. I've done pink. You can use a lot of these techniques in a lot of different ways. So that's why these are my top stencils for 2022. Let's get some clear on top of here. After I get done blending in, first off, we're going to peel the logo. Seal off this project, we're going to use a matte clear enamel.